G'day and welcome to this video where I'm going to share with you a unique approach to commercial cleaning. Now, this is a business that's designed to build residual income. It can give fast returns, and it's in a recession-proof and what many people call a bulletproof industry. And it's a business that's for someone who is looking not only to build a residual income, but wants to follow a proven business system. You've got to be passionate about coaching and seeing other people succeed. And it is a business that can build long-term wealth and a legacy for your family. So what are we going to be covering today? First of all, we're going to be looking at the big problem that I faced and that a lot of entrepreneurs face and how I overcame it. We're going to be covering what the Urban Clean Regional Master Franchise is all about, how it works, how you make money, and you'll have an opportunity to reach out if you want to learn more and continue this discussion by the end of this video. Because of this system, I've been able to build a network of nearly 200 franchises right across Australia. We're growing and create a business model that's helped other people be set up in their very own 6- and 7-figure commercial cleaning businesses. I've attracted the interest of Brad Sugars, a global entrepreneur, the founder and CEO of Action Coach International, to take this business model all over the world. And we are just getting started. So what's the big problem? What do we face as a big obstacle to achieving the goals as entrepreneurs? Well, I believe it's this one thing, and that is we get into business thinking that we're going to have an incredible lifestyle, that we're going to have more money than we've ever had before, and we end up just buying ourselves a job. Now, I've been there and I've done that, and that's where I started. So I've been in this position where I've got a business where my expenses and the risks that I take are extremely high. And as soon as I stop being involved, or as soon as I stop working, I stop making money. Most businesses don't have this, which is a solid, high cash flow residual income. What do I mean by residual income? I'm not referring to passive income. I'm not talking about, putting some money somewhere and then just, sitting in Bahamas and never thinking about anything ever again. I'm not even sure if those businesses really do exist. But we're talking about investments such as real estate, where you go and buy a property and then tenants will keep paying you rent every single month. Now, you still need to maintain that property, you still need to manage that property, but the thing is, you make a one-time investment and get a continuous return every single month. You don't need to reinvest and buy that property every single month. You buy it once and you get paid forever. That's what I mean when I'm talking about residual income. It's kind of like money while you sleep. And it's money that means that you work once and get paid forever. That's why we wanted to become entrepreneurs. And if we can have a business that does that, ultimately we are going to have the money that we want and the time freedom that we're longing for. Now, about 10 years ago, I was in real estate. I do not come from a commercial cleaning background at all. I was doing property development. I was buying blocks of land, getting development approvals, and building those projects and selling them down. My income was not predictable and not very stable. Sometimes I made a lot of money, sometimes I broke even, and sometimes I even made a loss. And one time I made a very large loss, and I'm going to share that with you in a second. But projects would be delayed. Construction was often stopped because of rain, because of delays in supplies, delays with contractors, and projects sometimes weren't sold as quickly as I wanted. So I was living from project to project. I'd finish a project, I'll sell it down, and some of the money I would use for my living expenses, the rest I would put into the next project. In 2011, Brisbane, my hometown, had a huge flooding event. It was a major catastrophe for the city. And the 6 months prior to that, it rained nearly nonstop. I had 3 projects at this time on the go. 2 of them were joint ventures with a business partner who was a builder. Now, their building business suffered greatly because of all this rain. They had many delays. They couldn't work on all, not only these sites, but other sites that they were doing. In the end, they went into receivership, a kind of bankruptcy, and they finished their business. The banks came to me. We had millions of dollars of debt here that I was servicing, and said, you need to take over these loans now and tip in more money I did not have. So I had no choice but to sell everything at a loss. And I realized that I didn't have any security in this situation. I didn't have anything that was providing regular, solid cash flow that would make me resilient in this situation. I was very vulnerable, and in the end, I had to sell everything at a major loss. I didn't go bankrupt, but I did start at zero all over again. And it was a huge setback for me. And I thought, I don't ever want to be put in this situation again. And I thought maybe I should look at commercial cleaning. Now, the reason I was attracted to commercial cleaning was because the contracts were signed. And so they were signed by people often for 1 year, 2 years, and sometimes indefinitely. And the overheads and upfront costs to start seemed very low to me. So I thought if I just work out how to win cleaning contracts, I could be fine. I could gradually build this business. So I started with this commercial cleaning business. I didn't have any income coming in at this time, and because I had sold everything down and sold it all at a loss, so I lost my capital, I had to get a job during the day. And I got a job as a door knocker for a roof restoration company, of all things. It was somewhat humbling for me at that time, but I did what I had to do to make ends meet. I had a young family. So I started this cleaning business on the side. I worked during the day, but I was committed, and I wanted to learn how to grow this commercial cleaning business. And I learned everything I could about running this business. I attended every workshop that I could find. I attended webinars about marketing, about operating also a cleaning business and bringing on teams of staff. I experimented relentlessly and invested in business coaching. By sheer grit and determination, I built a book of business. So I had a number of clients, a portfolio of clients, if you like. And I had no secret sauce. I had no sort of formula for getting these clients. It was just taking massive amounts of action and just sheer work and determination and time that got me to this portfolio of clients. And I thought, I've got 2 things that I need to solve, big hurdles that need to be solved if I'm going to be serious about growing and scaling this business. The first one was how to actually get clients, how to get them efficiently, how to get them cost effectively, and how to make sure that they were profitable for my business. And the second one was, once I got the business, how to keep it, how to make sure that my cleaners and the service I was providing was exactly what these guys wanted to keep doing business with me. So I didn't want any of my contracts to be terminated. I wanted to keep them forever. And that's when I had a blinding flash of the obvious. Like I said, I built a portfolio of clients, and I thought if I was able to grade them into A, B, C, and D, A being the best clients, the ones that I wanted more and more of, and D being the worst, that I probably shouldn't have done business with in the first place, I could then ask my A-grade clients what kind of cleaning service they were looking after. My reasoning being that if I understood what they wanted, there'd be a good chance that others just like them would want the same. And if I presented the service that they wanted, they'd want to do business with me, and I would increase my sales and also ensure that I had long-term retention of these clients. So I interviewed them. I just asked them what they were looking for from a commercial cleaning service. What did their ideal service look like to them? And they told me that, in fact, there were 6 things that they were really looking for a cleaning service provider, and price was not on that list. And only 2 of the items was related to the cleaning itself. The other 4 items that they were looking for all related to communication, auditing, looking at transparency, security, and also providing a service hub or solution hub, if you like, as a building maintenance service provider, a partner, if you like, for their business. So I went to work and designed a business that was ticking all these boxes. So I wanted to be a hand-in-glove fit for these businesses. And I went about even developing a custom-built app that gave real-time notifications to our clients when the cleaners arrived, what they did. I created a new auditing and communication sequence and created KPIs within our business that we could demonstrate that we could achieve for these clients. They loved it. And I started winning more cleaning contracts than I could handle. And this became a big problem for me, particularly because the way I was marketing at that time was all inbound and online. I was doing a lot of Google ads. I was doing service seeking listings, as it were. And I'd get a lot of inquiries this way. The trouble is that they were coming from all over the place. So all over the city I was in Brisbane, Australia. And even though my conversion rates were high and I was winning cleaning contracts at rates that I'd never won before, so they were much more profitable for me, they tended to be spread all over the place. So I got some referrals, some local referrals, which was great. But then I'd get an inquiry that might be an hour down the road, and I went and quoted those offices or medical centers, and I won them. And I won a bunch of cleaning contracts that were about an hour or so out of the city, which was where most of my business was. It wasn't many. It was a medical center, a few offices, about $3,000 a month. And even though these jobs made money, they were profitable for me, I thought, look, it doesn't really make sense for my cleaning team to drive so far away. Maybe I should just put these cleaning contracts up for sale. And that's what I did. So I listed them for sale, and my phone did not stop ringing. So many people were calling me wanting to buy these cleaning contracts. And I learned a few things from this. First of all, I learned that contracts were tradable commodities. They were real assets like cars, real estate, boats, you name it. People wanted to buy, sell, trade, barter these cleaning contracts. So that was a big eye-opener for me. The other thing that became very clear when I was speaking to people on the phone was many of them were clueless around operating a cleaning business, or those that had a cleaning business had no idea about how to go about winning new business, and they didn't know how to keep business long term. And I was starting to get a little bit concerned that if I sold these cleaning contracts to these people, there was a good chance they could lose them in the future. And that didn't make a lot of sense to me. I thought, well, I can't really do that. And I'm not really here to sort of teach people how to operate the business. And that's when the penny dropped for me. See, I realized that there was a huge market, a big demand for people wanting to buy cleaning contracts. They were attracted to the after hours income. They were attracted to the regular nature of it. They were attracted to having a side hustle. They didn't have to quit their day job. And people who had started a cleaning business didn't know how to grow a cleaning business. And so I thought maybe I should franchise the business. Maybe I could actually get people set up with their cleaning contracts and then earn a percentage of everything they earn to support them in building and growing their business. And that's just what I did. And I started to recruit franchises. See, commercial cleaning is in a very unique position. Very few businesses have contracts with their clients for regular ongoing services. People might have contracts for projects. People might have, one-off type transactions, but very few industries have this regular ongoing service contracts or agreements for work that needs to be done continuously. Well, commercial cleaning does, and so people will sign contracts. They'll sign them based on a monthly amount with a scope of works, and people will commit to paying you based on, or normally always there's a performance criterion there, but they will commit if you do the job properly for 1 year, 2 years, sometimes indefinitely. They will sign contracts with you, and so you can, as long as they're in business, you'll be cleaning them, and these then become very valuable. They become assets in your business, a bit like a lease agreement to an office building. So the office building, even though you might think, oh look, it's the bricks and it's the concrete that make it valuable. In fact, that is not the case. What makes an office building valuable is that there are bits of paper called lease agreements that people will sign and be committed to paying you rent. So it's the same, likewise, for commercial cleaning contracts. People will sign cleaning contracts to agree to pay you a monthly amount for your services, and now you can sell those. And that's what I discovered. I discovered I could get these cleaning contracts and sell them as a business and continue to receive an ongoing percentage for helping people run this business. The other thing I found out is once I could demonstrate and prove that I could predictably win cleaning contracts, people were willing to give me money even before I won the cleaning contracts. So before I had invested time, money, or resources in winning that business, people would give me the money, in a sense, on the promise that I would get them their business. Now, of course, I did that, and very often I'd guarantee that I would do that. But the thing is that they gave me the money before the business even existed. So now you have a very leveraged model where people are giving you money in order to grow their business and therefore your business. Once I had stumbled across this, I realized I had something others wanted. So I went about documenting and systemizing everything. And this is the system that's available to you now. So what we're talking about is packaging the winning of cleaning contracts into a ready-made business that has tools to grow and expand, where people are going to give you a percentage of everything that they earn. That's really the core idea of what the business is and why people want to buy into it. Let me show you some of the tools, the resources that we've built. This is part of what we call our intranet and manuals, where we've given step-by-step processes and guides. We've laid everything out so it's very simple for you to operate the business as well as your franchise partners. And I'll just before I get into that, I'll quickly show you some of the things that are available for you in the business. So there's step-by-step process to recruit franchises. I can show that to you here, where we break them up in qualifying calls, discovery, and partnership sessions. If we go back in here, there's processes for winning cleaning contracts. Very simple, powerful, predictable process to win business. All your scripts here, there's cost calculators, proposal templates and forms. You just fill in the details, bang, a PDF proposal gets sent straight to your clients, and there's follow-up closing sequences that you just simply follow 1, 2, 3, as it were. If we go back here as well, you've got your regional hub here, which we've got all your forms, your templates, your how to coach franchises. We go down here, and this is the intranet, which is the manual tools and resources for your franchises to operate their business. And we've blocked it out into occupational health and safety, the administration parts of their business, cleaning mastery, sales mastery, profit mastery. If we click on this, there'll be manual items here, and there's cleaning theory. It's very simple step-by-step guides on how to perform basic cleaning tasks, how to make sales, how even to recruit, train staff, and ensure you audit them, and obviously how to use our app and our other tools as well. So if I go through here, I can sort of click on our file cabinet, and these are all the tools, resources, templates, step-by-step procedures that we've used to build a multi-million-dollar business. And we don't hide anything from our franchise partners and for you to be able to do the exact same. So all of this here is there at their fingertips. And your job, in a sense, is to guide them and show them where these things are so they can operate a very profitable business. So if we just go back to this, let me share with you what some people have been able to do with this business model. So here is Merrin and Cameron. They used to own a Nando's and other cafes and restaurants. The trouble with that was that they had no time for themselves or their families. So even though they were making money, their weekends were spent working in the restaurant, operating the restaurant, dealing with problems in the restaurant, and they would have late nights. They just did not have the lifestyle they're looking for. Their overheads were huge. They needed to make sales every month, and every few years they'd have to do a fit out of their restaurant, which would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. In the first year, they were able to recruit 9 franchises, replace their previous income, but most of all, they got their life back. They got their weekends back. They got time flexibility. No longer were they tied to a counter, to a shop, or to a cooker. This is Sean Miller. He had a background in fitness. He actually had owned a gym and had held management positions in the fitness industry. He had no background in commercial cleaning, but after the uncertainty and the disruptions brought about by the pandemic, he was really looking for a business that could build him a strong residual cash flow with low overhead costs. So he didn't want to have the huge costs that would come with equipment leases and rents and staff, and he saw this as a very appealing, so for him to be able to build that ongoing residual income without all the costs associated. So it's a bit like having all the people, the gym memberships, without having to pay for the gym equipment or the gym itself. In his first 6 months, he was able to recruit 7 franchises, and he won close to $350,000 worth of new cleaning contracts. This is Paul Haycock. He had a key cutting business, and Mr. Minute. He was making a living, but he did not have a life, and he had a cap, as it were, on his income. Unless he bought lots of other stores, there was a limit to how much he could make out of a single store, and he just did not have the time or the money to be able to live the dreams that he was hoping for. He wanted to spend more time with his family. He wanted to travel. And he also was committed to his church and wanted to spend more time and help his church community. Within 18 months, he was able to build a residual income of over $100,000 a year. And out of that, his expenses are not much more than a car, phone, and laptop. So he doesn't have to pay any cleaners. He doesn't have to pay any staff out of that. That's money that comes in his account, and he has very minimal expenses out of it. When he recruits a franchise, he can earn in excess of $40,000 for the month. And this is a real pay slip here, or monthly statement. And it shows Paul receiving close to $22,000 for the month. And this is without even recruiting a franchise here. So this is just ongoing contractual income that he's making that's coming to him each month. And there you can see there's some pics of him, spending time with his traveling with his wife and his family. These are the guys that you are recruiting. These are the people who want to buy into your business. So a lot of them are working during the day. They're looking for a side hustle. They want some part-time after hours income. They might be wanting to buy their first home, or they are looking at easing themselves into entrepreneurship, and this is a fantastic first business for them. So they love the idea that you're going to set them up with cleaning contracts so they don't have to quit their daytime job. They can keep their daytime job and then service these cleaning contracts after hours. And many of them will have sort of part-time staff as they grow and build their business. And some of them will want to have significant sized businesses. Here's Joseph, and he actually learned how to go out and win cleaning contracts on his own. These guys will be interacting with their clients themselves. You will not be speaking with their clients. Other than obviously initially maybe winning them if they didn't win those clients themselves as part of their setup, and guiding, and then you'll be guiding them on how to communicate with their clients, how to do their audits for their business, for audits for the cleaning, how they can manage their own staff, and basically how to do their own account management. So they're like little management pillars inside your business, and it's and customers love this because they get to be able to interact directly with the people in charge of the cleaning. And I just wanted to show you quickly some sort of income statements and monthly statements that these guys have for servicing their service in their business, servicing their clients. And a lot of them will be sitting around here like $7,000 a month or $11,000. This is after all fees taken out as well. And so this is a good little business with them. They can service it themselves. They can have a couple of part-time cleaners. And yeah, there are people in our system who are billing at $20,000, $30,000 plus per month, but the majority of your franchises will be sitting around here. And as some of them develop over a year or two, they may get up to, a couple $100,000, some up to $300,000. But many of them would like to sit around about that $100,000 a year mark. And this here is what cleaning clients say. Now, none of this would matter if the service wasn't what people wanted. And as I said to you before, it's based on what clients are looking for, our A-grade clients. And they love the app. They love the system of communication. They love that they can speak directly with the people in charge doing the cleaning while they're using a world-class ISO certified system. So this is the kind of cleaning that they've always been looking for and never really quite found. And we can talk a lot more about that. Obviously, if you reach out and we have a discussion, we can talk about exactly what it is that we provide our cleaning clients and why they choose our service and why people want to do business with us. I don't want to complicate things. I want to show you the simple formula for success. It's so simple that I probably didn't even need to have 5 things here. It's just do one thing, do it again, do one thing, do it again. But this is breaking it up. You're basically recruiting a franchise. They're going to invest about $30,000 with you to set up their business. You're going to get them set up with an initial $5,000 per month. Now, some of our regionals can win $5,000 per month, so that's $60,000 a year. They can do that within 1 month. They can do it in 2 weeks. Some of them do it in 2 months. It depends how hard you want to drive it, how many proposals you want to do. And we've got some of our regional partners who can win $10,000 to $15,000 per month regularly. So you just need to set someone up, win $5,000 for them. You've got time to do that as well. You can then go and win more cleaning contracts for them if you want and sell them to those franchises, or show them how to win their own cleaning contracts. Now, for all the revenue that your franchises make, you earn a percentage of all of it. So they give you money to get set up in the business. They can pay you money for winning additional cleaning contracts, and then you earn a percentage for everything that they make. What do you do now? You just do it again. So it's just repeat this process. You need now add another franchise to your network. So you can go 1, 2, 3. You can get 10 franchises, and you might build a network of 20, 30, maybe even 100 plus franchises you can build in your network. So what's the end result? It's all about building this cash flow business that gives you the lifestyle that you want. It's a residual income in the sense that you work once, get paid forever. This is about building solid, growing, recurring income, and it's leveraged. Your franchisees are the ones managing their own business. You're just coaching them, guiding them. And look, that could just, once they're established in their business, that could just be a 15-minute, once a month coaching call. You just do going through a coaching sheet and then pointing them back to the resources and guides to grow and build their business. The next question a lot of people want to ask me was, well, you've been talking about operating in an area and a territory. What does one look like? I'm going to give you a real example of that. So let me just open up Google Maps here. And this is Perth. This, in fact, is Sean Miller's territory. You saw his face just earlier. And we've split it into two regions. So we've got North Perth, which has about 1 million plus people, and South Perth, which has about the equivalent. So there's, in the city of Perth, there's just over 2 million people who live there. And the north and the south it's divided by the Swan River that you see here. What we're looking at when we're doing janitorial cleaning or commercial cleaning, and see these big grey sections, these grey roofs here, these are your commercial and office, your industrial precincts, and this is where our cleaning contracts lie. Now, you obviously on intersections and corners, you'll find that there's, you've got your shopping centres and your medical centres and schools and universities and colleges like here. But these little complexes is here. This is really where a lot of a concentration, if you like, of the business that we're looking for is. And if we were to, let's say, just jump into one of these areas, I'll just jump into Merchant Way. I've never been there, but we can do a little walk here. And these are the kinds of businesses that we might be cleaning. And the way we go about it is we'll approach each of the businesses. Now we can approach 20 businesses all next to each other. And these businesses, 17 of them will say yes to a proposal. Now, we don't directly ask for a proposal. We've got a script. It's very social and it's very easy. And we can do this on the phone or in person. And it simply works. We approach 20 businesses. On average, we would expect that 17 of them we can send a proposal to. That's an estimate, a price of our service, for a monthly price for our service with a 12-month auto-renewing contract. And then we know that at least one of those 17 will say yes. In fact, our national averages in Australia are above that, are closer to about 8.5%. So 1 in 12 people will say yes to these proposals using this very simple process. And you can approach 20 businesses in one day. To give you an idea, and I'm just walking, in a sense, virtually walking this street here, we can go and look at some of these places. Well, we can have a look at it. These are small type businesses. Some of these might be just once a week. So you might be looking at, say, $300 a month here. This could be, twice a week. It's obviously some bathrooms. There might be bathrooms in that workshop and a small office area. And that could be, say, $600 a month. And if we walk down the street here, then we've got some larger type buildings here. That looks like a more significant size building. That could be a daily clean. We could be looking at, say, $1,500 a month or so. This one, I think this is the back of a shopping center by the looks of it. And shopping centers can be hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not more, per month and per annum. And then we've got here a locksmith here, and this might be twice a week. And it could be, depending on, without walking inside, it's very difficult to see whether that's a small shop front or whether there's a big office component at the back. And that could be anywhere from, say, $300 to, say, $1,000 a month, depending on the frequency and the size in there. And we could go here. There's a service center, a car dealership and service center. Car dealerships, you're typically looking at a couple thousand, so maybe $2,000-3,000 per month on these cleaning contracts. And so we just do the numbers. We just go through, we approach very social approach, and we build out these cleaning contracts, and we set a franchisee up in this area. And if you come and have a look here, even in an area such as this, and there's many cities all over the world like this, you got about 1 million people. It's not unrealistic to think, well, 40, 50, 60 plus franchises can all be operating very happily in that area, all inside your exclusive territory. So going back, we'll continue on, and I want to, because we've got still a couple more things that I want to share with you. And this is one of them, because right now you might be thinking, oh, if I know how to win cleaning contracts, why do I even bother with the franchising part? Why don't I just get staff and keep on winning cleaning contracts? Well, that's exactly, in a sense, what the unit franchises, guys who you'll be recruiting, want. Most of them, though, will be operating a business that's turning over less than $500,000. And that's actually quite manageable for someone to look after themselves. It can be quite a profitable business for them, but you'll be the one who's going out doing site audits. You'll be supervising, managing staffs. You'll also be looking after the client relationships, and doing all those types of things in terms of hands-on management, even if you're not cleaning. Once you reach around about $500,000 a year, you're going to be stretched, and you're going to start thinking, gosh, I need some help here. I can't be the only person doing audits, monthly audits on my sites to make sure the cleaners are doing a great job. I can't be the only person managing my staff, and as well as managing client relationships. I need some help. And so you think, I need an operations manager, a site supervisor, a trainer. So you employ that person, and all of a sudden the money that you used to making a business has gone. Now you still might make some profit, but it's a lot less than what you made before. And you think, well, wow, I need to get more cleaning contracts to make up for the salary that I just brought on. So you go about doing that. You go get some more work. The trouble is with commercial cleaning, and this is a good thing and a bad thing. So the good thing is it's account-based cleaning. People will sign long-term cleaning contracts with you. The bad thing is they want to be paid on an account. And so they won't pay you when you come. They won't sort of leave. No businesses sort of leave an envelope full of cash on the reception desk when you arrive. They will want to be on account, and that often means at the end of 30 days, you'll send them an invoice, and they've got 30 days to pay. So that's 60 days that you need to cover your staff salaries, your cleaners, until you get paid. So that's what's called a negative cash flow cycle. You need to pay out first before you receive from your clients. So when you start winning business, you will need to find money you didn't have before. So you either need to use your existing profits, or you need to get a loan, or build up some capital where you can pay for those upfront expenses of your labor, equipment, machinery, etc. Now, there are methods that you can use, and we use them, that you can get paid faster and sooner than that, but still it's very hard to avoid some of that occurring in your business. And so what ends up happening is you have this cash flow suck, and I call it actually the valley of death. So between $500,000 and $2 million in revenue, it's very difficult for a cleaning business to make profit. And the reason is that you are too big, in a sense, to do it all on your own. So you need help. So you need staff, you need management, you need site supervisors. You may even need machinery because you're doing some larger cleaning contracts. So you're too big for you to manage everything, but you're too small to have the management and support infrastructure to look after that size business. So you kind of fall between two stools, if you like, a rock and a hard place, where you're too big and too small. And a lot of cleaning business owners at this stage start realizing, man, a smaller business, I used to make more money. Maybe I'll stay small. I'll stay around that 500,000 where I can manage it all myself. and I don't want to lose money operating a business or finding, getting other investment in to grow my business. And it's not like it's just an extra $500,000. It's often $2 million, $3 million in gross revenue they need to reach before they have some of those scales of efficiencies in the business. Very hard for a lot of cleaning businesses to get through. This model, though, means that you don't even need to worry about that. And that's the beautiful thing about the Urban Clean Regional Master Franchise, is that you can actually never have a staff member. Staff are completely optional. You are not responsible for cleaner salaries. The franchises that you recruit, they're operating their own business. They get paid when their clients pay them, and then you get paid a percentage of all that they receive. And so that means that your cash flow is not contingent on staff paying large payrolls and salaries, etc. You can just get on with growing and building the business, winning more cleaning contracts, and you'll be making money from your first 100 to your first 500 to your first million, 2 million, 3 million, and beyond. This system overcomes all of the obstacles that a traditional business is going to be faced. So, who makes an ideal regional master franchise? We're looking for people who have the capacity to invest a minimum of $100,000, depending on the size of the territory or how many territories you make. The investment can be different from that. Could be significantly more if you want multiple regions. But we're looking at least for you to have 100,000, which allows you to invest in a region and have some working capital. If you're looking at even just starting with one region to begin with, you need to be making a full-time commitment. Now, obviously, if you're looking at investing in multiple regions, you don't need to be doing all of that work yourself. You can employ full-time regional managers and put them in charge of each of those regions, but you need to make sure that you have the ability to commit some full-time staff to developing those regions. You've also got to have had some business experience before. You'll be coaching and mentoring new business owners. It does help having owned and operated a business, and certainly having some management experience. You've got to be willing to follow proven scripts and step-by-step processes for sales and operations. And you've got to be someone who's looking at investing in a business that's going to be able to provide you a long-term residual income. So there's a build that's part of this business that gives you that really solid recurring residual income. So if the information I've given you today makes sense, there's an alignment there, you're thinking this is really interesting, I want to learn more about it, then I encourage you, reach out. There should be a button on this page where you can go to the next step, which is having a conversation with us where we can talk about the territories that are available, and we can go into more detail about what it looks like for you. We can go through the numbers and we can answer your questions and carry on the conversation. So bye for now. I really appreciate the time that you spent with me, and I look forward to one day meeting you.